Hi there everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's Andy Reid from Stockdale and Lego, and thanks once again for tuning in. Today's topic we're going to talk about is that all-important meeting that you have when you've selected the agents that you've invited into your home to discuss your future. And more specifically, we'll look at the key topics that you obviously need to cover off, and then what you want to make sure that you cover off with each agent in making sure that you've got all the information you need to make the right decisions going forward. So basically, it's not rocket science, this. But it is important that each topic is covered off. You will find that there may be one or two agents that you have chosen to come through that may not cover all these topics off and might leave you with more questions rather than answers, and that will give you a bit of an idea as to whether you should perhaps be going with those agents or not. But basically, it's very easily broken down into 6 different sections. Okay, so firstly, obviously, is the tour. Okay, now with the tour, whenever you're showing agents around a property, it really is a good idea to make sure that you point out any of the features and benefits of each part of the home, that things that you've found really useful, like sizes of bedrooms, for example, double vanity in the ensuite, those little things that have helped you from a convenience point of view. And also any upgrades that you've made to the home, or any upgrades that you put into the home when you first built it yourselves. Okay, so very important to list any and make sure you mention anything like that, however big or small you think it is. It all helps when it comes to putting the picture of the property together. The next one, which is the most crucial one for me, is making sure that we've got on the same page when it comes to what your goals are. So why it is that you've got a bunch of random suits in to come and have a chat to you about your property and your future. So what is the end game that you have in mind, and what can we do in order to help you achieve your goals? The next one, obviously, is the crucial one that I know a lot of people are quite anxious to hear about when they are going through these meetings. But it's very important that you do pay attention to any interactions that you have with your agent in these first 2 topics before you start talking about price. Don't worry, the agents will get to the price side of things at some point during the presentation. So you can be assured that you, at one stage or another, you are going to talk about the numbers, all right? So try and do your best to stay present and be attentive when you are engaging with your agent in the other parts of the meeting, because that might give you more clues as to who you're likely to select going forward. Make sure, obviously, as well, just as a little side note, touching on a previous episode with regards to emotion versus logic, chances are you may well believe that your property is worth more than what logic suggests it to be worth, but you're absolutely entitled to think that. And if you would like any more information, have a skip back to, I think it's the last episode, and you'll find out a little bit more. Marketing, obviously, once you've agreed on a goal in terms of the figure that you want to achieve, we need to look at strategy. Tools that are required in order to do well, making sure that you are front and center as best as you possibly can be, and for the most, and making sure that it's as cost effective as possible. I think that's very important that us as agents make sure that we do provide as much value as we possibly can, because it is a team effort. This it is very much a case of working together with our marketing expertise and tools, and together with your presentation abilities as a vendor, and working together to make sure that works for everybody's benefit. And obviously the associated costs involved with any marketing tools that you decide to go with. Then what I like to call the reward, and the standard term for it is commission or fees, but at the end of the day, we're only entitled to that commission if we sell the property. And if we sell the property, it means we've done a decent job. Therefore, you can look at it as a reward, because there is a lot of hard work that is put into achieving some of these figures for clients. So, and it is only payable, obviously, once the sale has taken place. And then finally, once you've covered off all of that, make sure you ask the questions about the red tape, the paperwork that's involved when it comes to selling a property. If it's your first time especially, there's a lot of red tape that you want to make sure that you get your head around, and so don't be afraid to ask questions, okay? The only daft question is the one that you've never asked, okay? So any questions that you have about any of the legislation or paperwork or Section 32s or authorities or anything of that sort of nature, if you have any doubts, don't put pen to paper and make sure you ask the questions so that you feel a lot more confident and comfortable about putting ink to paper when it comes to handling an authority. Brief overview for you there, but if you have any questions, make sure you give us a call and ask us whatever it is that's on your mind when it comes to the meeting process. It is vital that you make sure that you cover each one of these items off and that you ask any questions that come into your head. That's why it's also quite important to make sure all of the decision makers are present during the process, because one person might think of a question that the other person might not. Okay, so have a think about all of those. Make sure you get them covered off when you do have your meetings. Any questions, give us a call and we'll see you next time.